Hello, hello, hello. It's Jalen Martinez, aka the Suburban Grower, and I always miss this time of the year because I'm so busy that I forget to say anything. Well, obviously, the page just started earlier last year, but this is the perfect time to get your trees and put them in the ground. I just wanted to let you guys know that the perfect time to plant a fruit tree is for us. I would say the time frame of November till about February the 15th. Now I know for other places that differs. Like I said before, I grew up in the state of Alabama, and after after Halloween, it starts getting cold. So consensus, I would say October to no later than March the 1st. I know I have videos out there of me planting peach trees in the summertime and planting lemon trees in October. But as you could see throughout the past videos, I was willing to do everything that I could to take care of those individual trees. The thing that I wanted to share with you guys is it's always best to get a tree that is dormant so that it has time to accumulate those chill hours throughout the coldest months of the year, so that whenever the weather breaks in spring, those trees come out of dormancy, start flowering, and ultimately you can get your fruit. The biggest thing that I want everybody to look forward to this year is I have seen where people they watch videos in order to muster up the strength to pick a certain variety. Look at this little spoiled brat. But they muster up enough energy to watch the videos, but they don't go forward with picking certain varieties. It's 2021, you guys. If there's something in this world that you want to accomplish by any means, go for it. Because I'm telling you, it only takes 30 minutes to dig a hole, and about the same time to go pick out a tree. Now, for me, that can be a lot easier said than done. But you guys, I'm telling you right now, this is the best time to go ahead and get your trees in the ground. I have aspirations to go get more, but I'm slowly running out of planting space. But more so than anything, what I wanted to share with you guys, for you guys that do not know, this time of the year is a tree grower's paradise. And you may say, well, Jalen, what do you mean by that? Every single big box store that you can name has fruit trees that are coming in. Most big box stores, fruit trees come in after the new year, and they normally stop by April. Now, for us, we're in a more tropical area, so we get the citrus, we get the pears, the peaches, the plums, the apples, you name it. So this is the time to go do that. Lowe's, Costco, Tractor Supply. If you don't want to waste time ordering online, and when I mean waste, I don't mean waste time. I mean if you don't want to wait. Most of these places have a decent variety of fruit trees for you to choose from. I'm not gonna keep you guys on long at all, but just some things to look for before you decide to buy a tree. I've said this a million and one times, but I can't stop reiterating because I have done videos of trees that I no longer have because I didn't follow these simple guidelines. Number one, before you buy any tree, make sure, make sure that whatever variety. Hey, hey, calm down, mama. My little puppy. Oh my goodness. But make sure that your trees are not. Come on, come on, watch back, watch back. Good girl. Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys. Make sure that the variety that you're gonna select is somewhat disease resistant. I mean, yeah, disease resistant. They're not gonna be disease proof, but you need to make sure that you can see what trees ultimately are susceptible to multiple diseases. For me, I always wanted a pear tree, but in the South, like I said, in Alabama, I probably couldn't have a Bartlett pear tree because it rains so much in Alabama to where fire blight would absolutely go rampant on my Ayers pear and my Bartlett pear tree. The next thing, so disease resistance is number one. The next thing is, now you guys know how I feel about chill hours. I love to do my research and know what my trees can handle, but I don't dwell on this because I have some varieties that I don't supposed to be growing here, but I have harvested fruit off of them. The next thing I'm gonna tread lightly on is chill hours. Do your research. If you're looking for apples, know how many chill hours those apples need. If you're trying to grow a red delicious in Florida, I'm not saying it won't work because I have watched the video of Doug Wilson that had apples growing in Southern California that needed well over 800 chill hours to fruit. So I'm not saying it can't happen, but what's going to end up happening is you probably get a crop or two, and then it'll skip 2 years before it produces again. I would highly recommend, if you're looking for apples, go with Anna, Dorset Golden, Tropic Sweet, even Granny Smith apples have less than 500 chill hours. So you could even end up growing a Granny Smith apple in the deep south. And when I mean deep south, no lower than Shreveport, Louisiana, Meridian, Mississippi, Montgomery, Alabama. I mean, as long as you're above those areas, you will get those chill hours, you know. So that's that. I just used apples as an example, but pears, peaches, they're exactly the same. There is a peach variety called Florida King, I think it is. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's Florida King. It's something like that. Florida Prince or something like that. And here's a peach tree that most of them need somewhere between 650 to 800 chill hours. This guy needs 300, you know. So don't limit yourself. You just have to do your research. And more so than anything, feel free by all means. My email is on my account. You obviously can comment under the videos. I will get back with you guys in a timely manner, and we can discuss it. I don't mind. So we have disease resistance and we have chill hours. The third thing, I know a lot of people garden in their backyards, in their front yards. I can't stress this enough. And honestly, before it's all said and done, I'm gonna have this problem, but I don't mind. Know how big your trees will get or can get in what amount of time. When I talk about the spread of trees, I'm talking about how wide they are laterally, not height, because everybody thinks, okay, well, my tree is just gonna grow straight up. Your trees are gonna grow wide as well. Your trees are gonna grow wide. As a matter of fact, I don't want to invade their privacy, but my neighbor has a peach tree and a nectarine in his backyard, and his peach tree is about 15 feet wide. 15 feet wide. So you have to anticipate what you're going for. For me, I like my trees to grow straight up. I don't want no canopy. For obvious reasons, I have dogs that love nothing more than to chew on wood. So I always have to be weary of that. But know how tall, know how big, and just be aware of what size you're going with, because the last thing you would want to do is plant a pecan tree in your backyard thinking it's going to stay this sweet little innocent tree for 10 years, and the next thing you know, you wake up one day and this tree is 45 feet in 10 years. And I'm not exaggerating. Pecan trees can grow up to 100 feet tall, not 100, but 75 to 80 feet tall and about as wide. So keep these things in mind. I mean, I'm a homeowner, so I have to take things like that into precaution, because I wouldn't want to have a talk with my insurance company as to why a pecan tree smashed the back side of my house, you know. So those are things to keep in mind. The next thing is, I guess I can call this 3B, but make sure that you don't have a variety that you're not going to take care of. Now, when I say that, if you don't anticipate going to cover lemon trees and orange trees whenever the frost sets in, then you probably don't want to plant those, because if you leave some of those exposed all year, and I have done it in the past and everything was fine, but I very well could have lost my my orange tree, and I'm talking about the Arctic frost Satsuma. You have to be in a position to where you can take care of your trees in the summertime. If you're not expecting a high water bill, you probably shouldn't plant more than 1 or 2 trees. I'm telling you now, because I'm not going to get into specifics, but I have seen my water bill higher than my light bill in July. I can't make this up. Now, I'm fine with that. I know somebody might be like, man, you're absolutely nuts. But that is the reality of having multiple trees. Another thing, and this is going to be 3C. Fertilizer. I started off kind of doing that little pellet thing. Fertilizers. I'm organic now. A lot of my composting in place is potatoes, lemon peels on my citrus, orange peels on my citrus. I put potato skin in the food processor, dump that stuff out on my plants. About a 2-foot circumference around the root base, and my banana water, all of that good stuff. But fertilizer, if you're not choosing to go organic, because obviously I don't take nothing off of my plate and scoop it onto my trees, but if you're not planning on going organic, now I will go ahead and put a little bit of money into some fish emulsion and stuff like that, and some of the organic kind of stuff, maybe some chicken manure. Hope my neighbors don't complain too much, but that is a huge thing. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grapevines. I'm not gonna count them as a tree. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 14 trees in the ground. That's not counting pots. I got bananas in pots, oranges, lemons, you name it. I got everything you can imagine. But if you're not willing to spend money on the things that they need, like my apple trees, I have to give them iron supplements, magnesium supplements, stuff like that. If you're not willing to spend the money on this stuff, I'm telling you now, it is a full-time job taking care of your trees. I get super antsy in the summertime, and I finally get to relax for the winter and the fall. But if you're not planning on taking care of those trees, watering them, fertilizing them, hey, I'm telling you, maybe, just maybe, you should hold off with as many trees as you want to get, and just kind of take it slow. Last but not least, and I know 3 was kind of long, but last but not least, the fourth thing on the list, and probably one of the most important things that I can tell you, make sure, now this is very simple, but make sure that whatever tree that you decide to put in the ground, you're not just putting it in the ground just because. I'm probably do another point after this. I am gonna do another point after this. But make sure that whatever tree you put in the ground, you're actually going to consume. I have a neighbor that stays up the road from me, and she has the most beautiful Fuyu persimmon tree I have ever seen in my life. Those persimmons were that big. I can't make this up. I got a huge hand. They were that big. Those were some of the best persimmons I have ever had in my life. But she did not eat them. And I was like, so what are you gonna do with them? You see what I'm saying? So the biggest thing, 4.4 being, is make sure that you're actually gonna consume the tree, consume the fruit that you're eating, or that you're planting and taking care of that tree, because you're wasting time, you're wasting effort, you're wasting money if you're not gonna go eat that tree. If you have a specific apple that you like, I can recommend some for you. Please make sure that you don't just plant an apple tree to say you got one, because I'm gonna tell you, like for me, for example, I've done this. I'm telling you guys this because I've done this. I planted an apple tree, and that apple tree grows great. Now, I told you guys I should have picked those fruit off the first time growing, and I'm sure they'll get better over time. But if I get a harvest of apples that taste like those did this coming year, that and an apple tree may as well be ornamental, because I'm not eating any of the fruit off of it. Now, do you catch my drift? So that's what I'm saying, you guys. Make sure that you're actually going to consume these fruit. The fifth and final thing that I want you guys to know is, and this kind of, I guess this could have really been where we at, A, B, C. This could have been 4D. Prune your trees. The reason why you have to prune your trees is, a lot of people talk about they want the huge harvest and things like that. Make sure that you prune your trees so that the following year you don't have dead branches on your trees, or you don't have non-fruiting wood that is absorbing all the nutrients and sustenance that tree is supposed to have. Make sure you prune dead branches. At least I used to do it every day, and when it warms up a little bit more, I go out and walk my yard, especially in the summertime. You guys, I do not sleep in the summertime because it is so hot and so dry here. But I go around and I look. I don't know if you guys seen my video, the aftermath of it snowing. I put that little frost blanket on and took it off, and I found out that my Arctic Frost orange tree had scale on it. And I was like, who knew, you know? But had I not walked around and looked, because I always look at my stuff before I video, because I don't want to get on here showing y'all no trash. That's not my style. I want to make sure everything is tidy and up to par before I put my name on it. So I went out there, looked, I seen the scale, and I was like, I got to take care of this, you know? So make sure that you prune your trees. Make sure you keep your eyes on your trees. And that's pretty much it, you guys. I'm trying to make sure I haven't left out anything. And we're going to get a move on. Let me think. That's about it. The last thing I will say about pruning is, and one last thing after the pruning thing, if you guys have limited space, there is a method called backyard ultraculture. And what that means is you can plant 2 trees in the same hole and have 2 trees taking up the space of 1 tree. Now, people recommend that you do this about 24 to 36 inches apart, but I've seen some people do it as close as 12 to 18 inches apart. You just have to think how big those trees are going to get around, you know. But the last thing is going back to 4D. I'm doing a lot of multitasking right now in my brain. Make sure that you prune your trees to your liking. Meaning, if you're, and I promise I'm not trying to be funny whatsoever, but if you're 4'9", you don't need a tree that's 17 feet. And I'm saying this with a straight face. I'm not trying to be funny whatsoever. You are gonna have to get on a ladder. I mean, I'm not saying that you may not want to, but I just don't believe that you should have to get on a ladder to do this and do that whenever you can prune your tree accordingly. Like I told you guys in one of my videos, I think it's the very first video, that peach tree, and I think it was about 8 or 9 feet in the spring. Now that joker is well over 12 to 13 feet tall, and I'm 6'4.5". I can stick my hand straight up in the air and cannot touch the canopy, the tip top branch of that tree. So for me, that's already gonna pose problems. And that's what I mean by pruning your trees. You can take that canopy out and have that tree grow laterally. So just make sure you guys do what you can. And obviously make sure that you don't have to put yourself in any unnecessary risk doing this beautiful thing, growing that we have chose to do. Again, you guys, please like, comment, subscribe so we can keep this thing going. 2021, we're going to the moon. I'm telling you now, I believe it, I have faith, because I want more people in the world like us that love to plant, love to grow, and ultimately love to share information. Love to share information, because me knowing something don't help nobody but me. But I love to help people, so I need to help others. You guys stay safe out here in this pandemic, and let's grow together, you guys. Again, like I said before, last thing I promise. Please, please, please make sure that you guys, this is how I know that most of you guys watch my videos to the end. And if that's not the case, then I'll start saying my thing, my closings in the front. But please let me know where you guys are from in the country. I just want to know. It's not to be weird or anything. I just want to know what you guys are growing, where you are, and ultimately if I can help you guys in any way, because I'm sure I do have Texas viewers. But if you're right down here in San Antonio, and we're literally about 2 hours, 2.5 hours from each other, it only does me justice to help you if we're in a similar growing zone. If you're out in El Paso, maybe zone 9B, but I don't mind helping you guys. I don't mind helping. So again, you guys, I love you. It's Jalen Martinez, aka the Suburban Grower, and I am out. I'll see you guys soon. Have a blessed one.